Hi, my name is Bianucci, and this is my presentation on the character trait selfless. The quick definition of selfless is putting other people's wants and needs ahead of your own. Always thinking about other people in life and not just thinking about yourself. The reason I chose this character trait is because I think it's extremely important that in life we have a selfless attitude. If you think about it, in all aspects of life, we find ourselves in groups. Whether it's work, it's school, it's sports, it's family, it's really anything. And in order to have success in groups, in order to have cohesion and get to where you want to go in a group, for everyone, it requires being selfless and making sacrifices. Another reason is also because I feel that in life, if you are selfless, then you gain fulfillment from that, and you experience joy from that, and you really have a sense of purpose, which I think is very important. The first aspect I'm going to talk about here is being a selfless leader. First of all, in order to be a selfless leader, I think the most important thing is that you have to model that behavior, and you have to actually practice being selfless as the leader, and not just preach and talk about it, and not actually practice it and want all the accolades and all the success for yourself, because I think people see right through that, and that's not a way to gain success as a group. And Tony Dungy talks about a lot in Mentor Leader, what it means to be a mentor leader, and how being a selfless leader is really incorporated in that. One thing I really like that Tony says is, he says, in order to be a mentor leader and a selfless leader, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to have great success and not get the recognition for it, and not get the recognition or the accolades for that. And I think that is a powerful statement there, because a lot of people will sit there and say, oh, absolutely, but to actually do that, I think that's really what it means to be a selfless leader. And I think it's very, very important that we are all selfless leaders in order to create success. Another aspect here is being a selfless teammate. And I think for me, I've only coached for 6 years. I was a player and a teammate for the rest of those. And I think even as a coach, we are teammates. But I think it's so important that you're willing to make sacrifices for your teammates, that you're willing to put your ego aside, put your pride aside for the betterment of a greater good of the team. And I think one excellent example of that, and as you can see, I'm a Warriors fan here, is the Golden State Warriors, and how they play basketball, and what kind of teammates they are to each other. The Warriors play extremely unselfish basketball, and every single player on their team, in one way or another, has made a sacrifice for the greater good. And I think when you see that, and when that happens, you can achieve the success that the Warriors have had. So for me, that is a great example of what it means to be a selfless teammate and to have success doing it, is if you just look at the Warriors and look what they've done using this philosophy of unselfishness and obviously selflessness. Another aspect we're going to talk about, or I want to talk about, is just being selfless in life in general. It doesn't mean that you have to do the most courageous things, or you have to save people from buildings, or save people from drowning, or do anything like that, although that would be amazing. I just think it also means doing the simple things in life. One example is, I always think about, I'm a huge sports fan. I love watching sports. And my mom does not like watching sports much. And so sometimes she'll ask me, hey, Brian, you want to go for a hike, or you want to go to the barn with me, or whatever that is. And, there's typically a game on that I want to watch, but sometimes a big game. And I think to myself, what's more important, watching this game or going on a hike and doing something that's going to spend time with my mom? I know that will please her. I know that's going to make her happy. And so I choose, obviously, this selfless decision and go on a hike or go spend time with her, because I think we're presented with choices like that every single day. And it's really easy to be a selfless person. And so I try to do that in every single day of my life. And, I think that it's easy to do those things. Another example I want to talk about real quickly is because it's something I'm really proud of. My senior year of college, I played college soccer, and I transferred from a Sanders Junior College, from a JC, Sanders Junior College, where I played 2 years. And when I transferred from my junior year to university, I was actually ineligible to play. I still went to practice every single day. I worked hard. I did everything I could to make sure that, one, I was supporting my teammates, and also that I was putting myself in a position to play the next year. And although it was very frustrating I couldn't play, I looked past that and decided to be a dedicated and a good teammate, and like I said, to help the team and put myself in a position. Well, senior year came, and I actually was voted captain of the team, which meant a lot to me. And my first game of the season, I started. I had a really good game. I had 2 assists, and then the next game, the coach decided to start a freshman in that game, and the freshman played really well and ended up starting for the rest of the year. And this was the hardest thing that I've had to deal with in sports, because 1, I was a captain, 2, I was a senior, and 3, I wanted more than anything to be on the field as much as possible. But I made the decision that I was going to continue to work hard, that I was going to show up every single day with a good attitude, that I was going to support everyone on the team, support the team, and make sure that I was a mentor to the person that took my spot, to that freshman. And every day, 2 days a week, we used to go and we train on our own. And I really went out of my way to make sure that I didn't let my frustration with the situation affect those around me or affect my attitude towards the team. And I don't want to gloat or anything, but that really was a proud moment of mine, and I think it really has defined myself as not defined, but has really helped me become the person I am today, and also helped me to become the coach that I am today, because I have those experiences. And I can look at a player and I can feel sympathy and have empathy and tell my story as well. So I think being selfless in those situations, or in any situation in life, really will help us to see the big picture and to become something that's bigger than just us, or bigger than just one person. And I think that's really important in life. Like I said, not just to have success, but to be happy and to have joy and to really have a sense of pride and a sense of purpose. So I'm going to leave you with this. In life, we need to make sure that we're not always thinking about ourselves, but we're asking ourselves, what can I do for you? And I think if we all do that in life, the world will be a much better place. Teams, if you're part of a team and that's your goal, teams would have much better success. Work would, in workplaces, they would have much better success, and families would have much better success, and just in cohesion and getting along and staying together. So this is my presentation. Be selfless, be happy, enjoy. Thank you.